Bro, listen.
Never in my life associated the word boring with baseball.
We know what's up.
Me? Yeah. Famous? Yeah.
And I'm like giddy over there smiling like, we're about to win this shit.
Did everyone give you crap? Give me a good, host story.
You know, I'm not picking it up.
We both love the game.
We talk about it every day.
Can't get enough baseball.
Having some popcorn, you're fooling around your phone.
I'd have to wait in line for 3 hours.
Hang on, because it's about to be a wild ride.
All right, part of the Baseballs and Boring family, Josiah Gray. Listen, you got a T-shirt. It fits.
Yes.
Right? Do you wear it?
I wear it occasionally.
That's okay. That's all we ask.
Yeah.
Like I told you, it makes the triceps look better than ever.
It does.
When you wear it, do you wear it when? Do I have to give you a QR code? I feel like people say, "Where do you get that shirt?" Or maybe not.
Maybe not, but I think if we get that care package set, the guys would love it.
Oh, all right. Oh.
Yeah.
All right. In the next 2 days, that's happening.
All right.
I promise that I did not come through the promise. Anyway, so as I said, you are our ride or die guy for this year. We named 2 breakout pitchers of the year.
I appreciate that.
The other one was at the end of spring training. So you're actually the OG.
OG.
Yeah.
The offseason OG.
Tanner Houck was the other one.
Wow. Look how he's doing.
But you're going to be there too.
Yeah.
I believe it. So take us, what's going on with you, first of all?
Yeah, so, I was pitching my second outing against Pittsburgh and didn't throw too great, but I was looking forward to the next one after that, and my bullpen after just didn't feel too hot, and kind of alerted the training staff, and we got to the bottom of it and got some imaging done, and it was some mild inflammation. So sort of just been working back from it, getting some had a short rest period, and then just building back up throwing wise, and feeling really good right now.
How much does it? Because I just told you, we just did the podcast with Daniel Bard, and you go through every major league pitcher has aches and pains, and especially when you have the momentum of the year before, and I think I saw you in spring training. You look good then, but you want to power through. But then there's the fine line. Like, when did you first start feeling this in hindsight?
Yeah, for me, it was I was going out there, and we all know we're pitching, and we're all not 100%. Mm-hmm. We're not feeling how we feel that first week of spring training, just because of the wear and tear that's on your body, from the jump of, waking up at 6 a.m. for spring training, and then, starting a season and getting ready for 7 o'clock games. So for me, it didn't really pop up at one certain time, it was sort of just gradual. And then during that recovery in between starts, wasn't feeling great and wanted to get ahead of it as soon as I could, because knowing...
That's smart though, man.
Yeah, it took a real, moment for me to want to say something.
Had you ever had to do anything like that before?
In AAA in 2021.
Okay.
I was actually warming up for a start, and my shoulder didn't feel good, and tried to gut it through, was doing my warm-ups, and at one point in my warm-ups, I was like, hey, to my pitching coach, I can't do this right now.
Yeah.
And it was heartbreaking, because the game was in 20 minutes, and we had some relievers that had to get hot, and we got blown out. So that was the only other time. And it takes a lot out of you to kind of just speak up in those scenarios.
What was the prognosis then?
Back then, that was a shoulder impingement. So that took me 2 weeks rest, and then just building up for another 4 or 5, and then came back through 3 outings in AAA, and then got called up to the big leagues.
So this is we're all about lessons. I felt like I had given you a good lesson when I told you how you dominated every good hitter in baseball, but it's also this is what I think that pitchers it's a long career, it's a long season, it's you realize that.
Yeah, you realize it pretty quick. Every bit of me is itching to get back out there, just because of how we're playing and the way we're all gelling together, and I want to feel like I'm a bigger part of it. But at the same time, I don't think anyone's rushing for me to get back, because we know that we've been playing really good baseball, and when I come back, I'm going to come back with a vengeance and help these guys win some more games. So obviously it's tough to be on the sideline. It's been about a month now, but
That's hard.
yeah, it is. But it's like you have to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and have to come to the realization, because it took a while for me to truly admit that to myself, because I want to go out there and compete every 5th day. But when it's sort of out of your hands, you have to acknowledge that, and you can't get frustrated about it, because there's bigger things at work than just getting back out there on the field.
Yeah, like I said, it's so long. I mean, we're sitting here in May. Like you had the excitement of new season, and I just named the breakout pitcher of the year by Baseball's and Boy, like all of this.
Yeah.
And so anyway, it's what I think that you had in spring training when I saw you were maybe working on a little different pitch.
Yeah. So I was working on a changeup.
Okay.
And it really, really got some good results early in the season. My last few spring training outings, and then early in the season, my first 2 starts. So I was really encouraged with where I was going to go with that pitch. It wasn't getting hit very hard. I was getting some swing and misses on it that I had never gotten on a changeup before. So I was really excited to see where that would elevate my arsenal to, and how I could tinker and game plan with that as a part of my toolbox. And obviously, kind of have to put it on the shelf for now as I build back up. But I'm looking forward to getting back out there and continuing to tinker.
Listen, we're going to sit in September and we're going to be like, oh my God, that changeup's so awesome. But so I don't know if you have an opinion, because anytime you hear injury, this is what we've been talking about for a million podcasts now. Everyone has an opinion. Now you ask people to power rank the reasons. And so it's right. If you don't want to talk about that, it's fine too.
No,
it's cool.
Of course.
But I talked to. Honestly, everyone has a good opinion on it, and it's a thoughtful opinion on why this is happening. What's your take on it? Well, I say power rank, but usually no one gets past number 1.
Yeah,
so.
no, my main thing I think is breaking balls. And I think you look at just how the body is made up, right? And to throw a baseball, you have to pronate, but to throw an effective breaking ball, you have to hold that ball in supination more, so you can turn your wrist over and have the ball sweep, or spin like a curveball, or whatever you have it. So when you're going outside the norm of just throwing a regular fastball with minimal supination and straight pronation, your arm isn't doing any extra when you're throwing a power breaking ball or something like that. And obviously it's part of the game. We all have to throw breaking balls to get hitters off the fastball, and throw fastballs to get hitters off the breaking ball. But when you're throwing breaking balls, you're putting more strain on your supinators, but then in reaction, your pronators of your arm have to decelerate your arm. And that's where you get a lot of pronator flexor strains, you get UCL stuff, you name it, just because your arm's basically working overtime when you're throwing breaking balls.
Yeah.
So that's what I think it comes down to, and sort of it's a tough thing to tackle, because
the genie's out of the bottle.
Yeah, we know how successful. You look at the Red Sox, they're throwing 30% fastballs, and they have a really good staff. Yeah. So you have to understand the give and take of it.
There's a few things I want to pick through here. There's number 1, when you're talking, we just did a podcast with Andrew Bailey, and he's basically saying what you're saying, and he said, listen, this is how it is. Yeah. When we played wiffle ball as a kid, we wanted the ball to move, and we want the ball to move now. It's signs saying that fastballs aren't as effective as anything that moves. Yep. And that is what they're teaching. That is what they're preaching, and it's working.
Yep.
But to your point, and the other part about it is one of the things that we just resurfaced with Daniel Bard, and we had Ellen Adair on. And listen, if it worked for a while, it's the price you pay.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. It's tough because, you know, we all understand the risk of pitching, and you never want to have your body, you know, like bark at you or fail on you. But there is an inherent risk, but there is reward on the other side of that. So if you can do it with the best and, you know, get outs with your fastball, with your breaking balls, you know, there's a lot of, you know, prestige, I guess you can say, to be had with achieving your goals and becoming a successful major league pitcher. So, you know, it's just the landscape of the game.
Is it? I said genie in the back in the bottle. I mean, is that true? I mean, is it like we can't? It is what it is, or can we maybe adjust it a little bit? I mean, everyone's different, and you're different from you know the other breakout pitcher that you're taking out. Everyone's different.
I think you're always going to have guys that are their bodies are different. So the more you understand, hey, this guy supernates really well, hey, this guy pronates really well, then from the jump you get an onset of, okay, he might be able to throw this pitch, or he might not be able to throw this pitch. You can tinker with some things, but you can get a general baseline of, hey, he's a really good pronator. All right, he can have a carry fastball or a running sinker with a gyro slider and a good changeup. If he's a supernator, okay, he can throw a seam-shifted sinker with a sweeper and maybe even a cutter and be successful. So it's understanding that first, and then if you're straying outside of the norm of that pitcher, you got to understand there's some risk with that.
The risk. I mean, that's the other part about this is that you're, you know, again, we can go through a list of pitch clock and whatever, but having your arm do something that it's not used to doing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, anything puts strain on your arm, but especially that. If you're giving a guy a new grip that doesn't work with the way his body rotates, you know, over time it might, you know, bark on him a little differently.
What is the thing a year ago that maybe, because we have the contraptions now, that you're talking about pronation, supination, that you've discovered about yourself, or you just maybe in the last 2 years that maybe you didn't realize?
For me, it was, you know, using the changeup, trying to create, you know, some seam shift effects to where, you know, I can really kill that vertical break on it, because a lot of the best pitchers, you know, they are able to kill the vertical break on the changeup and throw, you know, carry fastball. So learning that was really, really cool and really eye-opening.
Which changeup do you throw?
It's like a split chain, sort of.
Okay, yeah.
And, you know, was really promised, was really excited that, you know, that was coming along. But that was probably the last thing. When did you start that process? That was more towards the end of last year, you know.
Man,
figuring
all-star pitcher makes change.
You have to. I think you have to, with the way the game is and the way hitters are always adapting. You got to think of some new tools and try to get them out however you can.
Yeah. How did you, like, obviously, it was good to see you at the All-Star. I think that's the first time I talked to you, and smile on your face was awesome. Like, that was, looking back at like that, does that seem like the lead up to that, the months of that, does that seem like a whirlwind now?
Yeah, man, that was crazy. Just with everything of, you know, I knew I was pitching well, and, you know, I was just coming off a start against Philly, and to get announced that in front of the guys in the clubhouse, you know, it was an amazing feeling. It didn't feel real. And then to go there and pitch well again, and, you know, be around some of the best for, you know, 2 or 3 days was a really cool experience.
What was the best piece of gear you got from that?
Everything, man. From, you know, even the simple jerseys. The jerseys are phenomenal. To, you know, some of the goodies, such as, you know, Ken Griffey gifting us some vodka.
Really?
That I haven't opened yet. It's at my house down in Florida, but just every little goodie was really cool and appreciated. So
it was a good time. It was a good time. You know what also was a good time? Your Travis Scott concert.
That was fun.
Did you get? I mean, we didn't. We didn't.
So fun.
We didn't reconvene. It was your birthday.
Yeah, that was so.
All right.
That was so fun.
In case people didn't hear it, you didn't believe that I knew who Travis Scott was. You did not know who Eddie Vedder was.
Now you know. Now you know.
Yeah. No, I knew who he was anyway. Come on. So how was it?
It was amazing.
It was your birthday, so it's
my birthday. So my girlfriend and I, we went back up to New York, spent 2 nights in a hotel, and went to a super nice dinner at this place, Zuzu's, in New York City.
Yeah.
And from there, we went right over to MSG, walked over, and we had really good seats and just enjoyed it for, the 3 hours he was out there. He played a lot of his old stuff, which was so cool. We had a blast.
Well, okay, so this is a cliche question for me. You're at a concert. What are you doing? Like, is this like, are you like the swayer? Are you like the holding up the phone? Are you just the like, I don't care what I'm like? People.
So I used to be the holding up the phone guy, but now I'm more of the sing along with the lyrics.
Yeah.
And enjoy like just the vibe. Like I'll take a few pictures, take a few videos, but I think for concerts, you're never gonna watch that video again.
No.
It's like kind of living in the moment.
You just need the light for when they turn. Yeah.
Living in the moment, understanding how cool an experience like that is, and so that's what I was. I enjoyed a couple adult beverages.
Yeah. Well, that helps.
My girlfriend had a fun time, and we just rocked out and enjoyed it.
We would like to present you a gift of the next concert. What concert can we get you to?
Oh man.
So we just had a very I don't know if you're gonna like him. Like we just had Noah Khan.
I've heard of him.
He's good.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, folksy, but legit. Yeah. It's great. Like, so we're at Fenway Park, the hottest ticket in the Fenway Park.
Wow.
So anyway, he's part of the family too. Baseball supporting family. But what tickets can we get you?
Oh man. Something in the offseason.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, believe we're gonna need some time.
Yeah, let me think on it.
Not. Come on. What haven't you been?
I'm trying to think who would be on tour. Gunna. I love Gunna. He's awesome. Future, Metro Boomin, they've put out some good stuff recently. The Weeknd, Drake.
All right, you think about. I told you I met Choppa at the baggage claim, so we're very close.
LE Choppa,
yeah.
He might be on tour too. Who knows?
Wow.
Yeah.
We're very very close.
Yes.
I met him at the baggage claim.
Yes.
All right. The last thing is this is our good friend's new sponsor, Wasabi Cloud Storage. Hot or not, Josiah?
Gotcha.
Hot or not? Teleportation is better than invisibility.
I would say hot.
Okay.
I think that's. Yeah, I would love to just be able to be at Fenway one day and then go to, Florida the next. Why not?
Not the invisibility thing doesn't.
No.
Okay.
But while it's very cool, I think I would take teleportation.
Okay, and most people are doing this because the flights are so terrible. So.
Yes.
All right. Well, it's great to see you. Thanks, man.
Appreciate it.